Hello and welcome to episode 2 of my Python tutorial series. Welcome, and today we're going to be learning about functions and match cases and even the function's brother, the lambda function, which is the one-liner. And we'll also be learning about ternary operators like plus, minus, multiply, divide, and those things. Okay, well, let's get started. Functions. How do we define a function? A function is basically a object or a machine. Let's say, imagine it's a machine, and it has an input and it has an output. We feed it an input, it does some math, some magic, something, and then gives us an output. There are functions that don't have an output. For example, a function that has an output is a add function. So we'll say function add a and b, it will return a and b. So it will say 1 plus 1, it will say a plus b, 1 plus 1, which is 2. So that's input, output. Simple. 0, 1, 1, 0. But the thing that's kind of hard to understand, the fact that sometimes they don't have to have a return statement. Let me show you. For example, def add a and b, yeah? We'll say return a plus b. Simple. This one, what it's showing us is add a and b, and that basically means a plus b, which I literally decoded this entire thing in one line. And here it's saying add, let's say 1 plus 1, yeah? 1 and 1. It will give us 2. Why? Because its inputs are 1 plus 1. The thing that will, okay, you know what? First, let's make an example. Example 1. So let's say, let's say 1 plus 2, okay? Add 1 and 1. Now, the reason why we don't do plus is because this is a parameter, this is its own parameter. But the operation that's being returned when we call it, for example, here we're doing print, yeah? And here it says add 1 plus 1. So it's like your math teacher asking you, hey Bob, can you please tell me what's 5 plus 5? And then you will talk back to her and say it's 10. So that's basically what it's doing. We are asking, hey add function, can you calculate 1 plus 1 for me? It will, after doing that, it will return it to me, or in this case the print statement, and it will calculate it. 2, which is nice. We got our answer. So, here comes the challenging part. Let's say we have def no output, okay? We'll do a comma b. We'll do the same, but we'll do print a plus b. This is an extremely simple thing, and if we do no output 5 and 16, we should get 21 and get 21. Now why do we get 21? Why didn't we get a number that we can use, or a literal? See, it outputs none, but here if we do hover over add, it outputs any, which means, what does that mean, any? Like if we do back to the print, yeah, we can even add strings. Remember what we did in episode 1 when we forgot to turn the integers into the strings into integers, and then they just turned 5 into 5? See, this is what we did. Remember, we forgot to add integer. So add just basically does anything. And this is the same, but it only outputs nothing. So if we ask to print no output 5 and 16 again, we get 21 and none. Now I think you guys are kind of confused. The thing is, why did it output 21 and then none? Or why did it even output none? So here when we had no output, when we had the add, it said return A plus B, yeah? So it usually means if we're calling it, it will just talk back to us and say this is the answer. But the no output function is a shy guy. When we tell him, can you please count 1 plus 1, it will do it, or it will do something else, but will not talk back to us. He's a shy guy. So here, for example, print, he's doing something else. So shy guy no output here is printing 21. Okay, our first case is solved. So what happened to none? So when we print a function, we're just printing its return type. So when we call it, is it returning 1, 2, 58, hello world? No, it's just returning nothing. So nothing does not look like this, does not look like this. It's just like NA, not available. It's just gone, nil. So when we print, for example, print, and I just do add, it's missing 2 positional arguments, which means we have to add something. But dot type, no, dot I forgot how to do the types. So basically, if we search up the type or return type, it says any, which means like if we input, like I said, hello world and world, it will output hello world world. It just merges the two. Okay, so let's just don't talk about the no output thing because I think it's getting kind of confusing. Let's learn about ternary operators. Yes, sir. Ternary operators. So they basically mean plus, minus, equal, equals, greater than, less than, divide, multiply, and mod, power, dollar. Anyways, actually no, the dollar is not a ternary operator. So we can do add as a variable. Actually no, wait, this is wrong. We write add is equal to 1, yeah? It's saying here, it's a function. Here if we say subtract is equal to 1, it's a variable. So we have to write var add, so that we don't convert the function into a variable, and then when we call it, it will throw an error and everything goes to hell. So we'll just write var add, telling us that what we're doing right now is actually a variable. And also the thing what I'm doing after every word is called snake annotation. There's a Bulgarian, there's also cow, and I think also camel case, yeah. But I think this one's the best. You can also do like sub to Adam. No. Like that's actually counted as a Bulgarian notation case. So yeah, I actually kind of like the snake case better because it's like I don't have to switch between caps lock, shift, or anything. Keep switching between the different letter types. I can just all stay on the lowercase or uppercase, which is better. And even sometimes faster in typing. So var add, let's say 5 plus 5. Simple, just like the math symbols, we have plus, minus, and divide. But usually in programming, we don't have the little line and 2 dots on top of it. we have the line just forward slash. So for example, we do subtract is equal 5 minus 5. We'll do multiply is equal to 5 times 5, and divide is equal to 5 divided by 5. Now I think you guys are unsure of these things. So the first thing is, what the heck is this? And to answer your question, this little thing is called an asterisk, and it's also known as the dot in math, or the multiplication sign. But because x is not a thing, because it could be known as variable or something, like here we can do x equals 8, so it could be known as a variable. So, but why don't we just do the dot? It's not on our keyboard. You can go to symbols and search up the dot. I think this is the thing we used. Yeah, sometimes in algebra, because you know x is also a variable in algebra, so we just use a dot. So it's like 5 times, but it tells us that it's not. So we just do the asterisk thing. And the divide, of course, it's not an actual keyword. Division sign, it's not an actual keyword. Nope, it doesn't count. Though there is such thing as this thing, this symbol. But again, invalid character in token. We have to have a forward slash. This is a backward slash, this is a forward slash, because it's pointing forward. So we're typing left to right, so it's pointing forward, not backwards. So it's going right to left. We have this thing called mod, which is kind of hard to understand. So it means when you divide 5 by 5, is there a remainder? No, it's 0. So if we return mod, if we print mod, it will say 0. So 5 by 2, for example, I forgot what this will print. It will give us 1, because that's the remainder. If we keep multiplying, like long division, 5 divided by 2, at the end we'll have a single number, which is 1. So mod means the remainder, not the point something, if you guys are confused. So wait, using mod, can't we tell if it's even? We can. Let's make a quick function up here. Def is even. Okay, let's say number. Yes, so it will say if actually I'll teach you guys this later, because now we didn't learn about if functions and other stuff. That's for episode 3, and I don't want to get like teach you guys early. I want you guys to learn like this stuff, and then maybe by episode 3 we'll do the is even. Maybe we'll even do a calculator project or something. Yeah. So let's learn about match cases. A match case, in a nutshell, looks like this. Yeah. So basically it means like, so wait, let's say, operation is equal to input, and yes, we need it as a string, okay? We need it as a string. Thank you. So let's say pick a operation. So we'll do match operation. Okay? We'll do case. So case means this left part. If we get the bird, we want to do this, yeah? So case add print add, yay. Okay, So basically what this is telling us is that if operation is equal to this, do this. So it's kind of sometimes fast because let's say you need to check if this is 1 or this is 2 or this is 58 million. It's going to be tiring because you're going to say if operation equals 1, print 1. If else if operation equals this, if else until a million. But here you can just do case nothing, and you say print bye bye, do it. Okay, and we say case this thing, the underscore. So what's the underscore mean? I'll show you guys in a second. That's not a, have to do this thing for a special character, okay? So that's not a valid operation. Sad face. Let's do a sad face. Okay, so let's run this. It will say pick an operation. Let's say add. I want to add some numbers. It returns add. Let's run it again. Pick an operation. Nothing. Bye bye. Let's say we say bake a cake. That's not a valid operation. So it's really nice. We are going to use this maybe once or twice. The first one we're going to use is for the calculator, like pick an operation, add. Instead of nothing, we're going to say subtract, multiply, and all of those. And then we're going to have functions to use those.